All right, looking forward to sharing this video with everyone. So I know the last video was a little negative. This video is going to be positive. So I'm going to tell you how to have a great day in retirement. What is a great day in retirement? So today, and I just felt like it was an awesome day. It was a spring day. I had a great day. At the end of the day, I was just like, this is awesome. So I'm going to share it with you. So I woke up 7 o'clock, hung out with my wife from 7 to 8. She went to work, and I knew I had to go get mulch. One of those activities I never liked doing much, but now that I have all this time, I enjoy it. I got in the car, got in my SUV, trucked up to Depot, got 15 bags of mulch and 2 bags of stone because I have to do the side of my driveway. Came back down to the house, windows rolled down, tunes jamming, just enjoying myself. Put the mulch out, laid it out in bags in front of my house in anticipation of opening it all up later. Went back because usually when I put down my mulch, I like to put in a couple new flowers. So I went to a flower shop that we have up the street, found one flower that I was looking for. I only do perennials, not annuals, because there's no way I'm doing replanting something every single year. And then, which this would never happen before, I had seen a flower up at Home Depot. So I actually went back to Home Depot twice before retirement. I hated Home Depot. I hated going there on a Saturday. Went up there, got another flower, came back home, decided I need to mow the lawn. Used to hate mowing the lawn. Now it's good cardio and I enjoy doing it. So I mowed the whole lawn out, which brought me to about 1 o'clock in a great mood. All these things probably would have put me in a bad mood because if I had worked Monday through Friday, woke up Saturday, I would have been tired, I'd have been irritable, and I would have been like, okay, I got to get all this stuff done so I can spend some time with my wife and hang out and have a good night. So anyhow, we cleared out a section last year. One of the things I used to hate doing was like a lot of landscaping, but now that I have more time, we cleared out tons of bushes and everything between me and my neighbor. And there's just some trees there. So I have some Shasta daisies that grow like crazy. Um, so I took shovel, cut them in half, cut 2 of them in half, and then got one I split in thirds, and I dug up the holes and put them into that section in between our properties. Smiling the whole time, getting sun, getting some vitamin D. It was a great day. Stuff that I just used to hate. Um, so then I also had to go back and plant the 2 new flowers that I had already bought, right? And then I was putting all this stuff back, and I looked at one of the big, I don't remember what the name of the flowers. It's a big bush on the side of my house, and I had just forgotten. I did the front ones, I didn't do the back ones. There's all these like dead flowers that you got to trim, so I trimmed them all off. But what was just so great about that is when you're retired, is you don't have to be like, oh, I don't have time for that. I'll do that tomorrow. And so I saw the plant, and I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. That's another great thing too. I never used to take the time to like do all my edging when I mowed the lawn. Basically, my job is not to embarrass us with all the neighbors. But now that I have more time, I don't mind the edging. I enjoy it. I will tell you this. I prefer an electric trimmer over a gas just because it's quicker, easier. And I still probably have a gas one in my shed, but it was much easier just to get this little electric one out and cruise it around and get it done. But again, I wouldn't have done that before retirement because none of this would have been fun. It would have just been another chore that I have to do. And then come 4 o'clock, I got in the shower, took my shower, was jamming out to my speaker in my shower, and then I put in because I had time because I was retired. Um, and then I cooked dinner, and then we had dinner, and then I went to church and helped out with the youth group. But the point of this video, this short video, is all these things. One, you should do stuff in retirement. You should definitely do stuff, but all this stuff that maybe you didn't get time to do, or you didn't do it at the level that you think you should do it, all of a sudden becomes something you can do during the day. And that's part of what makes your retirement great. Like going out there, I wore a shirt that said, "You made my day." And I was in Home Depot and a couple people said, "Oh, I love that shirt." I talked to this one person because I was throwing off 15 bags in my truck or in my SUV. And they said, "Oh, that's the easy part. The hard part is spreading it." but it's like always before, you just didn't have time. You weren't in that frame of mind. It was all about kind of getting the job done. Now once you hit retirement, it's not about sitting in front of the TV. It's about doing a lot of the things that you would do in normal everyday life, but taking longer to do them and approaching them differently. Looking at them like something fun to do, something that gets you some exercise. Like normally I would, it's Wednesday, I would work out and lift weights on a Wednesday. I said I'll skip the weights, but then I made sure when I was putting the 15 bags of mulch in, I was doing it in good form. Then when my son came out, whenever I came back home from Home Depot, he said, "Oh, Dad, I'll help you put those out." I'm like, "No, that's okay. I'll do it." That's the other thing too. He was like, "Oh, Dad, I want to go get a bagel," because he works from home. So I said, "Oh, get in. We'll go get a bagel together." I didn't get a bagel, but I just stayed in the car and got the bagel with him. And then I ran to this gas station. That was it. Well, my wife and I traded. I have a Challenger, and she has a Highlander, so I needed the Highlander to get the mulch. Well, the little tire light warning had been going on, so I ran it over to the gas station and filled it up with air. I still got to get it put in, but I got to get it fixed, get it in the garage. But the point is, like all these things that you do on a Saturday, um, you can enjoy. You can enjoy during the week, and not only that, you can probably do 10 times better job than you used to. When you get tired, like I halfway through the lawn, I was parched. I sat down. I had a seltzer water and enjoyed my day. It's still staying busy. It's still moving. It's still having fun. But it's just taking those things that maybe used to be chores and turning them into an opportunity to be outside. And retiring in the spring is the best. I've been retired now for a year and a month and a half, and I retired on March 15th of last year, and it was perfect and continues to be perfect. The winter months were a little bit tough after the holidays, but retiring in the spring is just awesome. So keep it up. I know some of my channel topics are hard, but there's a reward at the end of the tunnel. Man, it's like I know there's some work and planning for retirement, and it's not easy, but it is so worth it. All right. Have a good night, and I will see you later.